My name is Jonathan. I am 25 years old and have been suffering with back issues for well over a year now. It started for me when I was on a rock climbing trip in New Zealand and climbing regularly there, and I started getting these pains in my leg. It wasn't really noticeable until I tried stretching my hamstrings, and I just would get these shooting pains down my leg that were excruciating. And it was like that for probably 2 months. I came back to the States here and started saving some money, doing some light construction. And the lifting and just the work with that progressively started getting, or making my issue worse. I started getting the pains more in my back and not just down my leg. And I was thinking I just was having something maybe with the muscles, the piriformis muscle, creating these sciatic issues. I wasn't thinking anything was wrong with my discs, and it got just progressively worse and worse to the point I had to turn down a really great job offer just because I was in too much pain doing it. Finally, I started thinking I really need to see a doctor. I went and saw my general physician, did a couple tests, and immediately said I have this really bad disc issue that he was thinking I was maybe going to have surgery for. I went to a spine surgeon specialist, saw him, got some MRIs, and it was indeed true. I had these really bad disc issues in my L4 and 5. And at this point, I'd been dealing with pains for probably 5 months, and again, they just were progressively getting worse. I looked at potentially getting surgery. Definitely did not want to do that, given I'm so young and very active, or at least was prior to this. And I opted to do physical therapy. So I started doing physical therapy. Wasn't getting much relief, pretty much whatsoever, with that, and was very dissatisfied and concerned because I was expecting that to make my issue better. And thankfully, by word of mouth, I had heard about this treatment and was a little skeptical and nervous just because of, the cost. I just was hesitant with coughing up that money, not knowing a whole lot, but knew that with my back and being so young that this was something I can't mess around with, and thought that I need to give every option a try. Came here, saw Dr. Vernon, started these treatments, and the first couple of treatments, it pretty much just hit that spot that was bothering me, and I just really started feeling it stretching me, and it wasn't until probably the 10th to 14th visit that I really started seeing some major relief. I've been very active in whitewater kayaking. I have been a very avid rock climber and a very avid cyclist, and all of these were affected because of this issue. And being so young, I was devastated to think that I couldn't do these things the way that I once had prior to this whole incident, or this whole issue. And since coming here, I have been able to ride my bike for 50 miles, like 4-hour rides, which, prior to these treatments, I could ride my bike for 30 minutes and the pains down my leg would just be so bad that I just would stop. It wasn't fun. It's not fun to ride and try to enjoy yourself when you're in pain like that. I've been able to kayak again. Before I couldn't sit in a boat for that long. Just sitting in any position for too long would just really start hurting my back. And then recently I've been able to start rock climbing again, which has been really great because prior to this condition getting worse and worse, I was still climbing, and it got so bad that I'd go to try to climb and I just would get onto the wall and it just would be too much pain. I just couldn't do it, so I actually stopped, and I've just recently been able to pick that up, and albeit not as intense as I might have once been doing it, just the fact that I can go out and kind of resume the things that I once was enjoying, I can get back out there and do it. And it's been a huge help coming to do these treatments, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who's having any pains like this. Give it a try.